Hello, everyone. So, you know what? This is the first video I'm going to do um, of many because I've been wanting to do videos for a long time to tell my story. And I haven't been doing it because I haven't been honest with myself about what my story actually is. And I've been afraid to tell my story. I've been afraid to say things out loud. And I really have a story to tell. Um, you know, I feel like I've been silenced for so long, and my spirit people have tried to squash my spirit for so long, and I've allowed that to happen in many ways that I am not going to be squashed anymore. And I have things that I've been through, and I have pains and joys that other women need to know about. Um, I know there are other women, and you women, listen to me, this is for you. There are women in their 50s or whatever age, but in their 50s or older, who think they can't start over again, and you can. It was the most painful, scary, um, life changing, evolving, transformative, soul searching, brave, courageous thing I've ever done to walk into the unknown and leave my 32-year marriage. But at 55, I did just that. Um, and I didn't know where I was going or what I was going to do or if I was going to be okay, if he was going to be okay. And that, you know what? That is a big thing. I was worried if he was going to be okay. And I am here to say that I have sacrificed myself for a long time for other people. And I'm not saying it's their fault. It's been my choice. But I made those choices in the awareness that I had at the time. And as the universe would have it, when I was ready to see who I was supposed to be and to have the awareness that I have now, and when I was ready to know what I needed to know, then it was presented to me and I knew it. So, this is going to be a story of how I found my voice and how I'm still finding my voice. And I'm still trying to find my voice. And I'm still trying to step into fear and be brave every single moment of my life. And this is going to be a story about taking chances, about trusting yourself, about trusting the universe, about trusting a higher power. And one of the reasons I didn't speak out as I really want to until now is because um, I am like, I've been afraid to actually be who I am. You know, I was seeking a lot of approval from outside myself and validation from outside myself. And I was like a pretzel, twisting myself to be what I wanted my husband, what I thought he wanted me to be. And in the process of that, I lost myself in the relationship, which you hear all the time. But this is a story of getting to know myself for the first time ever. This is a story about trusting that everything will be lined up for you if you follow your truth and you follow your heart. And this is a story about how I didn't have the courage to do that, so the universe did it for me. And I want to tell you everything. I want to tell you how it unfolded. I want to tell you how I decided to break my own heart and leave the man that I love. And yeah, I still love him. And how I sat through the loneliness and how I grieved and am still grieving and how I sat in the pain and how I moved back to where we used to live together and how I was faced with those memories over and over every day. But it's how I faced everything, and as I did, everything just surfaced and fell away. Surfaced and fell away. So I am here to share my story. And one of the reasons I didn't do it before this was I was afraid of what other people would think if I shared my story. I was afraid of hurting other people. I was afraid of telling my story because um, there's a lot of stuff that I'm still realizing about my story. I'm afraid to actually say how it was for me, but now I realize that it's my story to tell. If it if someone else is seen in a negative light because of the story that I have to tell, then I feel like that's their um, right to feel however they want to feel about that, but that it's not my responsibility. The only responsibility for me is to be honest with myself. And if I feel like I need to share this with the world to help other people, then that's what I need to do. And I forgot what I was going to say because I was just going to say one of the reasons that I didn't share it until now. Oh, is because, see, I'm not going to edit this stuff, is because I didn't think that I knew how to do it right. I didn't think I knew how to do a video right. I felt like I had to be perfect, and there's some perfect way to do this. And I also didn't think that I had enough to say. Like, who am I to tell my story? And see, there again, there was one other thing. The reason I didn't say it. Oh, because see, this is funny, but I love that. I love how I can't keep on track and how I've got so many things because this is how I get to know myself, right? So, one of the reasons I didn't do this is because I didn't know what to say. I'm not sure what my message is actually, but I'm going to find out what my message is. My message could be a million things, but I didn't know. Do I talk about how I always had joy in me ever since I can remember? Do I talk about how I feel like I have always attracted people who bully me in my life? Do I talk about alcoholism in my family and how that affected me and how it still affects me? Do I talk about um, feeling abused? Do I talk about feeling disrespected and disregarded and unheard and unseen? And what do I talk about? Do I talk about the recovery group that I go to for families of people who have a drinking problem? Do I talk about that? What do I talk about? So I'm just going to just open these up and talk about everything. And women who think you don't have a voice, walk with me and see if you can find it together. See if we can find it together. I am just taking one step at a time, but I'll tell you something. Every single step that I've taken that's come from my heart and from my intuition has unfolded perfectly for me. And I don't even have to know what is next. I don't even have to know what the future holds. I am just going to do it. So it's been 2 years since I left my marriage. And boy, has it been 2 years of self discovery. And I want to tell you everything that I've discovered so far. So come with me on this journey. My website is aheartbasedlife.com. I have been writing and blogging about my transformation and about my journey. So at first, I started writing just for myself to heal. And I realized how beneficial this would have been to me if I could have had something to read when I was trying to make the decision. Do I stay? Do I go? Do I stay? Do I go? Do I give it more time? So I want to share that with everybody. So I've been blogging about, I've been chronicling my thoughts and my journey and what's happened for me. Like if when I followed this idea, who stepped into my life, when I had the courage to do this, what happened after that. So follow me on heartbasedlife.com. And you can contact me there. But I'll be putting these videos up. I'd love to do them every day. So I am just going to chronicle everything. And the reason I'm starting now is because today I had the realization that I wasn't telling my truth, that I was holding myself back, and that I was telling a very careful, safe story. And I don't want to be safe. I want to be heard and I want to help people. So, anyway, my name is Lorna and heartbasedlife.com, and I will see you maybe tomorrow.